What's going on? George Wohar IV here. And in this video, I'm going to talk to you about semen retention and how this is one of the most powerful ways in order for you to manifest and create the life that you desire to live, and how not implementing it is holding you back from taking the action steps that you know you should be taking. Now, if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you get notified every single time I post a new video talking about semen retention and other things along the topic of self-mastery. Now, I myself have used semen retention for the past 7+ years to go from being a drunk college dropout who didn't know what to do next with his life to building multiple six-figure businesses, building unshakable confidence, being able to create the mind, the body, the relationships, and the life that I truly desire to live, and pretty much running circles around everyone else. Now, as we dive into this topic and I share with you semen retention and the power that you have and how this is one of the most powerful things that I've used in order to manifest and create the life that I live right now, we're going to be going over a few things. We're going to be going over normalized masturbation, your higher future self, NOFAP, increase your sexual energy, and the power. Dun dun dun. So when it comes to normalized masturbation, what does this mean? Sounds pretty simple, right? Masturbation has been normalized if we break down those two words. But for you, what does this mean? Have you normalized chronic masturbation? Maybe you are at that point where you find yourself masturbating multiple times a day and you're like, what the fuck? I know this is taking a toll on my life. Or maybe you find yourself just masturbating when you have that sexual urge. Or maybe you just have one time a day where you find yourself masturbating. But whatever it is, whatever point that you're at, this is a compulsive, mindless action that you are taking. A compulsive, mindless action that you're taking. When you are doing this, you don't have control, you're losing control, and you're going after instant gratification, lower pleasures of life. Now, I know at this point in your life, you know when you get done masturbating, you don't feel that good. It doesn't feel amazing when you get done. Maybe while you're doing it, it feels great, but it doesn't feel amazing while it's happening. But I'm not telling you to stop masturbating. I'm telling you that you are releasing your life force. This is what you are come. This is what your sexual energy. Your sexual energy is your most powerful creative energy. You are literally able to create life with the cum that you have, with your ejaculation. And I'm not saying you're going around ejaculating everywhere and you're spraying your seed everywhere, but this life force that you have, if you're not allowing yourself to actually continue to cultivate it, you are releasing it, and you're releasing your creative abilities. Your sexual energy is your most creative energy, and it's either going towards creation or you're releasing it. I read a book, Think and Grow Rich, 7 years ago. And in Think and Grow Rich, it talked about how most men don't achieve levels of success, high levels or noteworthy levels of success, until well into their 50s. And this is because they're not compulsively anymore having as much sex, masturbating as much, pretty much because their sexual urges and their sexual desires are going down a bit, but they're not compulsively doing this anymore. So their creative energy is able to build up inside of them. So my question to you is, are you going off and just releasing your creative energy, or are you allowing yourself to cultivate it? What are you doing? Now, when it comes to this, your higher future self, these are action steps that you're taking that are either giving more life and benefiting your higher future self, or taking away from your higher future self, right? The little pleasures. Again, these are low level pleasures that you're going after. So we can use drinking alcohol as an example, or let's use doing drugs as an example, right? Doing drugs. I'm not saying you're doing drugs or you're doing any of this, but you'll understand where I'm coming from with this. Doing drugs. When you're doing drugs, it feels good while you're doing it. Maybe you've done drugs in the past, or even just smoking weed or anything of that sort. That's a topic for a completely different discussion. It feels good while you're doing it. But are you adding to yourself, or are you taking away from yourself? Are you going after the instant gratification, those low level pleasures, or are you going after what is higher? Right? Are you chasing that little tiny hit? Or are you chasing something or allowing yourself to step into what is going to benefit your future self and benefit your life moving forward? What are you going towards? What is happening? What is it that you're actually chasing when you're doing these things? You're chasing a feeling, right? You're chasing a feeling of maybe when you're drinking or when you're doing drugs, a feeling of happiness, a feeling of confidence. Well, is this giving you that feeling of confidence and happiness, or is it causing you to sedate and taking away from you actually fully stepping into this? Masturbation. What kind of feelings are you after? Feelings of power, of feeling good, of connection, or different things of that sort. Is masturbation getting you there? Even sex, is releasing your cum getting you there? Or is it taking away from you at that point? Releasing your cum. Now, we have a couple different things, a couple different topics, and this is what may be what you're thinking. NOFAP, right? So you're telling me just to stop masturbating and stop having sex, and this is going to solve all my problems. No, not at all. I'm not telling you to do that, because there's a light side and there's a dark side to NOFAP. The light side is you begin to cultivate your creative energy. Awesome. You're cultivating your chi. You're cultivating your sexual energy. You're not releasing or not dispersing your sexual energy. That's great. That's powerful. I'm glad that you're doing that. But what is also happening at this point in time, if you do it for a drawn out period of time, which I've experienced because I went over 3.5 years with no sex and no masturbation, what starts to happen is you start to play a mind game with yourself. And instead of you continuously cultivating your energy and cultivating your creative powers and cultivating your ability to manifest, at a certain period of time, what starts to happen is you start to question yourself. You start to realize that you're not allowing yourself to step into the happiness and the joy that you want in your life. You're avoiding the things that make you feel good. Sex, it's one of the greatest pleasures that we have. It's why we were put on this earth. So if you're just avoiding sex your entire life, are you going to feel great? No. After a while, you're not. So there's another option to this, and there's another way to go about this. And this is what we're going to be going over: how you can actually increase your vibration and not stopping sex and allowing yourself to masturbate, but in a way that's going to add to your creative energy. Now, I want you to comment down below, NOFAP. Is this something that you've heard of, or something that you've experienced, or something that you've maybe tried out in the past? Comment down below if you have or if you have not. Now, increase your sexual energy. Let me tell you a little bit about my story. All right, I dropped out of college after my sophomore year. Freshman year, I definitely wasn't retaining my semen at all. And my life was chaotic. I was running in fucking circles, drinking, doing drugs, trying to please my sexual pleasures, doing stupid shit that I knew I shouldn't be doing because I thought it was going to give me the ability to get laid and to have sex, and just masturbating all the time. And I felt confused. I felt lost. I felt very dull. I felt like my life was just like blah, fucking blah. You know what that means, just blah. That's how I felt. I then dropped out of college, and I came across Think and Grow Rich, sexual transmutation. I learned about this. So what did I do? I said, fuck it. If this is going to give me the edge over 99% of men, I'll do this. I'm committed. So I stopped having sex and I stopped masturbating for over 3.5 years. And trust me, it did a lot of amazing things. I created a lot of amazing relationships. I got a lot of incredible opportunities, flown out to different places, all this. But after the 3.5 years, things started to take a toll on me, and I started questioning myself. Like, I'm not happy. I'm avoiding all these pleasures. So then what I did is I began to study the way to actually cultivate my sexual energy, because I knew there was a different way. And this is what I do now. And this is what I've stepped into at this point in time, allowing myself to increase my sexual energy without releasing my semen, retaining my semen still, but enjoying the pleasures that I want, having my cake and eating it too, no pun intended. Yes, I'm not telling you to avoid sex. I have sex. And I'm not telling you to avoid masturbation. There's a certain way for you to go about it in order to increase your energy. And it's even more powerful than avoiding it in NOFAP. Because when it comes to NOFAP, and when you are avoiding all of this, what are you doing? Your sexual energy is there, and maybe it's building up, it's there, it's inside of you, but you're not increasing it. You're not growing your sexual energy. You're not utilizing it and growing it to its highest advantage. Yes, you have that sexual urge and you're transmuting it and you're putting it towards work, but what happens? It's eventually going to fade, and it does. It happened to me. I experienced it. It eventually fades. But by implementing the practices of non-ejaculatory masturbation and non-ejaculatory sex, what are you doing? You are cultivating your energy. You are cultivating your sexual energy. You are cultivating your creative energy. And instead of ejaculating externally, which is just a muscle spasm, it is just a muscle spasm. So it's a mind and a muscle game that you need to play with yourself. You have full body orgasms because you're actually bringing that orgasmic feeling. You're bringing that up your spine into the crown of your head, and you circulate it around in the crown of your head. And there's different videos where we're going to be getting deeper into the actual steps in the specific steps behind this, but you're circulating around in your head. And while this is happening, you're tapped into a higher level of energy, and you feel this outer body experience, and your ability to manifest and tap into these higher levels of manifestation is fucking insane. insane. Now, at first, you're not going to be able to do this. Yes, you may go, I'm going to try to do this, and you're going to go to jack off, you're going to go to use this masturbation technique, or maybe you're going to go to have sex, and you're going to be like, I'm not going to ejaculate. But what happens? That urge, when you're on the brink, when you're right there, when you're on the edge, and you're like, I'm going to stop. Your other part of you, that little monkey mind of yours is like, hell no, you're not going to stop, boy, you're going to go. And you let it out, and you go, fuck, I tried. And you feel guilty, and you feel shameful, and you don't have any energy, and you beat yourself up, and you're like, son of a bitch, this isn't going to work for me, maybe next time. And then you go to do it again tomorrow, and what happens? I'm going to stop, I'm going to stop, I'm going to stop, I'm going to stop, I know I'm going to stop, I'm going to get this done, and fuck, you release it again. So there's steps, there's a process to this. And again, we're going to have other videos where we're going over the step-by-step process. And actually, if you click on the link in the description down below, you can get access to a free Facebook group that I have where we go more in depth on the step-by-step stages. It's called Sexual Energy Secrets Simplified. So you can click on the link. You can click on the link down below after this video to go view that Facebook group that we have, free group. So increasing your sexual energy. So this is the goal. This is the level of mastery. You're mastering yourself, mastering your sexual energy. When you can actually go into life this way, where you can be in control of your sexual urge and your sexual desire, majority of the time putting it towards work and putting it towards business and putting it towards the things that you want to create, maybe working out, your body, your goals that you have, putting it towards your goals. But then you take the time throughout your day. And again, there are steps. You must become aware. You must acknowledge this. You must accept this. You must ascend through this in order to step into this. But then you get into the stages where you go, maybe a couple times per week, I'm gonna do this specific non-ejaculatory masturbation routine in order to increase my energy, and it turns into a form of meditation for you. And then when you're having sex, you then gain the control, and you have sex, and you get done having sex, and what happens? You have so much more energy. You're able to create, you're able to build. Your girlfriend, your wife, your partner that you're having sex with goes, God damn, what do you want? You have so much energy. And it's a beautiful thing, because now you're enjoying the pleasures of life and creating and becoming a greater version of yourself through it. And this is a mindset for you to understand. You can enjoy the greater pleasures of life and actually build yourself up and create more through that and become more powerful through pleasures, through fun. Yes, that is something that is attainable. That is something that you can have. And that's a mindset for you to develop, because if you don't think that, then you may join the NOFAP movement and just avoid masturbating and avoid sex and avoid those sexual pleasures the rest of your life and go, what the fuck? Or you won't avoid them. You'll think you'll have to avoid them, and you'll just jack off because you have these urges and you go, whatever, I'm either jacking off or I'm not. And I don't want to not jack off. And I don't want to not have sex, so I'm not going to do it. And you find yourself in this vicious cycle. Get out of the cycle, my friend. So what is the power? The power, when you cultivate this energy, when you build this energy up, when you continue to increase your sexual energy through non-ejaculatory masturbation, through non-ejaculatory sex, but first obviously gaining control of yourself and being able to step away from it for a bit in order to become aware, in order to gain the control, then in order to step back into it with control, what happens? Your energy that you have, you're able to transmute it. This energy, your vibration, your frequency builds up. And it builds up more and more and more and more. And you become this magnet. You become a magnet towards the things that you desire to have in your life. You become a magnet for the people that you desire to have in your life. People are magnetized towards you. They don't know what it is, but your energy, people can feel you. The energy that you have is radiating through you, and you can feel it, and you start to see the results in your life. And it is very important when you begin to do this, when you step into this, that your mind is in the right place. Because if your mind isn't in the right place, what's going to happen? You're going to manifest the things that you don't desire to have, because your manifestation powers become extremely powerful when you are doing this. Because again, your energy increases. Your sexual, your creative energy, your manifestation energy, your ability to then transmute this into your work, into your business, and create the things that you want grows and increases. You become a magnet for the things that you truly desire to have in your life. And it is very powerful once this happens. Now, what your next steps are, what I want you to do, comment down below. Comment down below what your takeaway was from this and where your understanding is now when it comes to sexual energy and sexual transmutation. And also, the link down in the description, we have a link for a free Facebook group, as I mentioned, called the Sexual Energy Secrets Simplified. Sexual Energy Secrets Simplified, where we're diving in. We have a bunch of awesome guys in there so far. If you want to join us in there, it's a completely free Facebook group, and you can come and join us inside of that group. Allow yourself to retain your semen, because it is one of the most powerful ways in order for you to manifest and create the life that you truly desire to live. Don't hold yourself back any longer. The procrastination, the not doing what you know you should be doing, the lack of discipline, the lack of confidence is all stemming from this right here. Yes, it is. You become a lot more of a powerful force when you allow yourself to step into it. My name is George Wohar IV. Again, make sure to click on the link below to join our free Facebook group in regard to semen retention, and I will catch you on over there. Stay tuned, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you're notified when the rest of our videos come out, when more videos come out, and subscribe so you get notified as well. I'll catch you in the next one. Let's get it.